Yo, it's ETH season, baby. The writing is on the wall. This bear market is shaping up to be the best risk-adjusted return potential for Ether, the asset. As a big Ethereum fan myself, I feel very vindicated about the state of the crypto industry right now because a lot of what the Ethereum community has been saying over the last 2+ years has come true in fantastic fashion. I want to go through some of the common narratives throughout the crypto industry, the ones chanted by the Bitcoiners, the ones chanted by the Ethereum community, the ones chanted by the Solana AVAX tribes, and talk about how everything is shaping up. The stars are aligning to point towards Ethereum absolutely dominating the entire crypto industry, and how the stars are aligning in exactly the way the Ethereum community has been saying that they would for years now, especially during the rise of the alt layer 1 mania, where a lot of the Ethereum community got drowned out by the faster, shinier blockchains and the new communities that supported, and also the Bitcoiners who just bullied the Ethereum community for years until we finally took the steering wheel in 2020 and 2021. First, I want to go back to the 2018 bear market, where Ether, the asset, was down 94% from all-time highs. And in contrast, Bitcoin was down 84%. Now, the difference between being down 94% versus only 84% is not a difference of 10%. Ether wasn't down 10 more percent than Bitcoin was at the end of 2018. That's a difference of 60%. Because of just how percentages work. Now fast forward to this cycle, Ether is down 73.8% from its all-time high, down from $4,878 to where it is now at around $1,300. Bitcoin, in contrast, is down 75.3%, $69,000 down to $17,000. Now that 1% of difference between these two things now, they're about the same. We're about down the same, but that is in stark contrast to how Ether was down 60 more percent last cycle and is actually 1% ahead of Bitcoin this cycle. Ether is showing more strength than Bitcoin, which is unprecedented. Now, why is this the case? It's because of the properties of Ultrasound Money, the chant that the Ethereum community has been chanting for years now. Because of the Ethereum merge, 939,000 Ether was not sent into the market and sold by miners. That is in stark contrast to the 19,200 Bitcoin that was issued and sold because miners right now are in deep capitulation. They are underwater, unprofitable, and having to sell their Bitcoins into the market to fund their operation. This is the curse of proof of work. And to help explain why this curse works, I want to go to this tweet thread from Ryan Beckermans, who said, this week, Cathie Wood went on Bloomberg and said that Bitcoin would be 1 million per coin, 1 million per BTC by 2030. And Ryan continues and says, Cathie is wrong. Bitcoin will never ever come close to 1 million per coin because of math. And that math he's referring to is, of course, the economics of proof of work. If Bitcoin were to hit 1 million by 2030, it would take $82 billion a year in net buys just to keep the Bitcoin price flat. This is because miners, under a condition of a $1 million Bitcoin price, would be minting $82 billion a year. And as we are seeing right now, forced to sell those Bitcoins to fund their operation. Proof of work is unsustainable, especially as token prices go higher. The higher they go, the more US dollar denominated selling pressure there is. This is one of the main reasons why we are seeing Ether outperform Bitcoin in an unprecedented fashion in the bottom of the 2022 market cycle. On top of that, you also have the ETH burn, which is just putting in a fantastic support floor for Ether. It's preventing significant downside price pressure on Ether, the asset. And again, I just want to drive this point home. Ethereum kind of won the 2017 bull market. It was called the ICO mania, not the Bitcoin mania. And while ICOs were largely scams, largely frauds, it did show the capital allocation power of the Ethereum blockchain, which eventually, over 2-3+ years, matured into something like DeFi and DAO allocation, which took 2 years to mature into something actually useful, but now is largely a very important ingredient in what we call the DAO landscape. So Ethereum won the 2017 bull market, but it also got slaughtered in 2018 because of how much insane issuance there was, the ICO sell pressure, and that pushed Ether down 94%. 60% down more than Bitcoin. Yet Ethereum won, once again, the 2020 to 2021 bull market. DeFi summer, the thing that Ethereum DeFi, which was built throughout 2018 to 2020, absolutely kicked off all of what was happening in 2020 and triggered the 2021 bull market that followed. Ethereum led the 2020 and 2021 bull market with the innovations that got built on it. So Ethereum, once again, won that bull market. But now Ethereum is winning the bear market because of the fundamentals of proof of stake, EIP 1559, and also the layer 2 ecosystem. So now Ethereum won the bull market going up, and it's also winning the bear market on the downside. Ethereum is the best performing blue chip asset that exists, except for maybe perhaps BNB. Now let's talk about the alt layer 1 ecosystem, which put Ethereum back on its heels in the second half of 2021. We all remember the Solana AVAX chant that was chanted by the entire class of people that just believed in Ethereum Killers. Solana, Avalanche, and Luna. We all know what happened to Luna. That went to zero. And now the momentum is gone from the alt layer 1 movement, the Ethereum killer movement. Luna is at zero. Solana is down 96%. Avalanche is down something similar. And I recently tweeted out about how Solana could be going through its $80 ETH moment. Ethereum's $80 ETH moment is, of course, the capitulation in 2018 when it was absolutely blood on the streets and it was the best time to buy Ether. And it was the moment when the Ethereum community rallied around Ethereum and came together, going through a brutal bear market while sticking it out because we had the conviction of Ethereum. Solana perhaps is going through the same thing. There is a strong Solana community that believes in Solana. And now the Sol token is down 96%. And this is the make it or break it moment for the Solana community. Are they here for the technology, or are they here because the Sol price went absolutely insane in 2021 and they wanted to make a contrarian bet against Ethereum? We'll have to see. I don't know the future. We'll see how aligned the Solana community is with the Solana technology. But there is one very big difference between the ETH $80 moment in 2018 and the Solana perhaps equivalent moment that's happening right now, is that Ethereum back in 2018 didn't have a bigger and badder Ethereum in the room to compete with. In 2018, Ethereum didn't have to compete with Ethereum. But now, fast forward to 2022, Solana, down 96%, has to compete with the strength of the Ethereum ecosystem right now and all of Ethereum's layer 2s. And so while I hope for the best for the Solana community, if that's what they believe in, Ethereum is really strong right now, and I would not want to compete against it in the middle of a bear market. And that brings us to the conversation of all the infrastructure, the non-Ethereum infrastructure, that has come to Ethereum in the last week or so. From the Bitcoin ecosystem, we have Casa. From the Solana ecosystem, we have the Phantom wallet. From the Avalanche ecosystem, we have Trader Joe. So we'll take these one by one. Casa, made by Jameson Lopp and a few other Bitcoin maxis, had to open up support for Ethereum. Why? Because so much of the activity has moved to the Ethereum ecosystem. Casa is like a multi-sig system with white glove support to help you go bankless. Great product. Beloved by the Bitcoin ecosystem, now also part of the Ethereum ecosystem as well. There's Phantom Wallet out of the Solana ecosystem, which a lot of people say their favorite thing about Solana is Phantom Wallet. Well, Phantom recently just announced that they integrated into Polygon and Ethereum. And so one of the pride and joys of the Solana ecosystem, the Phantom Wallet, is now part of the Ethereum ecosystem. And coming out of Avalanche, Trader Joe, the DEX of Avalanche, is now deploying on to Arbitrum. Now, a DEX, a liquidity for any blockchain, the DEX is the heartbeat of the whole entire ecosystem, where you can get liquidity on tokens. Uniswap is the most important application on Ethereum. Trader Joe is the most important application on Avalanche. And now it's on an Ethereum layer 2 with Arbitrum. One of the big narratives that the Ethereum community made was that eventually alt layer 1s will just roll themselves up and become Ethereum layer 2 rollups. What I forgot to think about is how actually applications and infrastructure can also just port over to the Ethereum ecosystem, whether or not these alt layer 1s roll them up as a rollup or not. Either way, Ethereum wins. And all of this stuff is stuff that the Ethereum community has been chanting about all throughout 2021. Even though Ethereum did get put on its heel because of the rise of the alt layer 1s, Ethereum did not scale enough. But reflecting upon the 2021 bull market, the difference between the Ethereum crowd and the alt layer 1 crowd, or anyone who called people like me and Anthony Cesano ETH maxis, it was largely just a difference in investment timeframes. If you're in the Ethereum community, you tend to take a very long time frame for investment. And if you came in and started supporting the Ethereum alt layer 1s, the alt layer 1s got invented in 2020 and 2021. They were brand new. And so people who were bullish on Solana or Avalanche because they thought that if you were going to come into crypto, you're going to take a look at the landscape and you're going to see Ethereum with its like $50 transaction fees. And then you're going to take a look at Solana or Avalanche with its like $0 transaction fees. And you're going to be like, oh, clearly it's Solana and Avalanche that's the one. I'll buy that token because that makes sense to me. It makes sense in the moment. Only in the moment though, only in the short or medium term. But now we are in the long term. We're in the bear market. People's time horizons increase during bear market investments. And now Ethereum has just as cheap, if not cheaper, transaction fees on Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon, and we still have all the ZK rollups which have not yet been released, which will do another order of magnitude on speed and security and cheapness. This has always been Ethereum's game, and now it is finally playing out. And I'm making this video to drive that point home, that everything that the Ethereum community promised is slowly but inevitably coming true. ETH has removed over 900,000, almost a million Ether of issuance since the merge. We are down less than Bitcoin in a bear market, which is absolutely unprecedented. Meanwhile, Solana AVAX is down 96%. Luna went to zero. Avalanche is down over 90%. And so the writing is on the wall. There's been this narrative that started with the Bitcoin community that if it's useful, it'll eventually become built upon Bitcoin. A very interesting idea. But what does that really take? It takes a general purpose expressive layer 1. So that narrative, which is completely accurate in some way, is actually becoming true about Ethereum. All the competing infrastructure is finding its way to the core of the crypto industry, where the people and users and believers are left. And that is unequivocally Ethereum. Although there definitely are believers of other layer 1s, the epicenter of the crypto industry continues to migrate closer and closer to the heart of Ethereum. Now, I've always been a big believer that Ethereum triggered the bull run of 2017. However, I do admit that that will take some arguing. Bitcoin was probably going to go up under its own steam anyways. But the 2017 bull market was Ethereum's bull market. Again, we call it the ICO mania for a reason. The 2021 bull market was triggered by DeFi Summer in 2020, created by Ethereum DeFi, and NFTs, which was also pioneered by Ethereum. Then the alt layer 1s came because Ethereum hadn't scaled and tried to copycat those whole things, but you can't build an ecosystem but just by copying Ethereum. Now we're in the depths of the 2022 bear market. Ether is performing better than any other decentralized layer 1, so I'm not including Binance Chain. Its layer 2 ecosystem is growing, and all of the cool things that Ethereum didn't invent over the last 18 months are coming to Ethereum anyways. The writing is on the wall. Ethereum is going to lead the next bull market. Call it the 2025 bull market. And it's because of the same things that Ethereum community has been chanting for years now. ETH is ultrasound money. Ethereum layer 2s are going to scale across all corners of the internet. And the 2025 bull market, it's not going to be a competition. The full vision of the Ethereum project is coming to a close. We are almost there. And the last bits that we have left on the Ethereum roadmap are dotting the I's and crossing the T's. We've got proof of stake, we've got layer 2s, ZK rollups are around the corner, and Ethereum is now known to be an ecosystem that follows through on the promises that it makes. And the last point that I really want to drive home is that in 2017, Ethereum won the bull market. In my opinion, 2018, Ethereum lost the bear market throughout 2020. Ethereum took the L. Bitcoin took the lead. In 2020 and 2021, when the bull market got started again, Ethereum took the win. It led that bull market. And now in the bear market, Ethereum is still taking the win. The momentum behind the Ethereum community and the Ethereum ecosystem is better than it's ever been. Meanwhile, the Bitcoin community is being divided by maximalism once again. The Solana AVAX ecosystem has completely lost momentum and is unsure of its prospects. And all of this infrastructure that's been built is coming to Ethereum. The writing is on the wall, and I look forward to seeing Ethereum rise out of the bear market in 2024, 2025. And finally, the Ethereum ecosystem will be able to lead the crypto industry under one single ecosystem, under one single composed ecosystem with all of its many chains and all of its layer 2s and all of its layer 3s, because the Ethereum philosophy has always been the correct philosophy of how to build a blockchain. But what do I know? I just believe in Ethereum. So I look forward to 2024 to 2025 to see if I'm right or not. And I'll definitely still be around. Cheers. Thanks for watching this video. And if you want more videos, subscribe to this channel and also subscribe to the Bankless newsletter, where you can keep up to speed with the Ethereum and broader crypto ecosystems as we progress through perhaps one of the most progressive bull markets that we'll ever have.